Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, race fans. We are live here tonight for the USAFirearms.com Pro Dirt Late Model Series, live from Volusia. It's the Volusia 80. I want to thank y'all for hopping on board with us here at True Sim Productions. I'm Tanner Marr. If you're new around the channel, Stan Baumgartner, he calls the actions on Monday and Tuesday night, Crooked Line Racing. And then starting up in February, Sunday nights, it's going to be the premier series of TSP. It's going to be the Blazing Pedals Racing Xfinity Series. But for tonight, it's time to get a little dirty. Our only dirt action of the week, each and every week, live on Thursday nights, is right here. And tonight, we're kicking it off at Volusia, a bigger style track. As let's see if we can pull up some track facts really quick for you folks at home. As you look at the race info right there, track is a little bit under a half a mile, right at a quarter of a mile in length. Got 90-degree track temp, 78-degree air temp. Is that going to dry the dirt out quicker tonight? As you can already see, these drivers are working up a good seam, a good line on the track. So 80 laps on dirt, it's really going to slicken up. I'm curious to see where these drivers look to attack the track tonight, we'll call it. As let's go to the keys to tonight's race event. Like we mentioned, 80 laps. Key number one, low line versus the cushion. Usually the low line is the fastest way around these tracks, but like you see Metler in the background, he is running right up next to where that dirt gets a little bit darker. It's more of a brown versus the black. Brown is good, black is slick for our non-dirt track goers here tonight. Track position, that's going to be key. Yeah, you can get up here and mix it up, beat and bang a little bit, but you're not, I'm going to say top 5 when there's about, let's say 10 laps to go. It's going to be hard to get up there and get that win, but we have seen it. We've seen a 9th place guy finish first going into the last corner. So excitement will be had tonight, and of course the final key to finish first. First you must finish. Had an older gentleman tell me that, and when he told me that, that really resonated with me. That stuck with me. I mean, everybody wants to finish first, but first you got to finish the race. All right, folks, that's enough of the cliches. It is now time to head right into qualifying. Let's see. No drivers out on track as of yet. Waiting for somebody. Who's going to be the guinea pig to roll out first here? As oh, excuse me, I forgot. I'm in as a driver, so we can't see qualifying tonight. We can just see times on the side. I do apologize for that. What a goofball here. I was wondering why I was not seeing qualifying. Been having PC problems, folks, so I joined in as a driver, not knowing 100% if I could broadcast tonight or not. So we'll kill time a little bit. Damon Baumgartner currently sitting P1. I see the times maybe a little messed up on your screen. That's just SDK doing what SDK does. Let me know in the chat. Where are you watching from? Who do you got tonight? And also, don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. Smack it, punch it, do whatever you got to do, but give us a thumbs up. Love to see the participation from our fans at home watching here on True Sim Productions. Got 3 minutes left. Let's see if we can find a driver to speak to. We're going to talk to one of the dirt guys. A lot of asphalt guys in here, but we're going to talk to one of the dirt guys and one of the main men behind TSP, Mr. Samuel Baumgartner. You're live in the booth, brother. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So right now you're sitting on top of the board provisional pole, almost a full tenth faster than Scott Smith, it looks like currently. What was you able to figure out from practice leading into qualifying since I logged in as a driver? Obviously, I couldn't see the qual laps.
To be honest, Tanner, I have no idea. I ran that first lap and I actually thought my second lap was better until I looked down at the time and realized I actually ran a pretty good lap my first time. So maybe I just need to quit paying attention to my lap times when I'm qualifying, because normally I botch qualifying every single time.
I mean, you definitely did not botch it this time. Sitting provisional pole. Got a hot and heavy points battle going on between the likes of Scott Smith, Chris Carroll, Jason Korn, Steven Culbertson, who's actually sitting P8 right now. So he may have had a little trouble, a little slip up. He was really fast in practice. What's the game plan looking like tonight? 80 big laps here at Volusia.
It's going to be consistency, and we're really going to have to read the track tonight. It looks like it might start off as a low line. You might be able to run like a high entry to a low exit kind of thing to straighten off the corner. It's really going to be just paying attention and seeing what everybody's doing. I have a feeling that these guys are going to blow by me here in the first 20 laps, but we'll see, man. We're going to give it our best shot.
Sam, you said something really interesting, and it would sound self-explanatory to us that know dirt a little bit, but you mentioned something right there. Read the track. Talk us through what you mean when you say read the track.
Kind of just see what line you got to take, right? Like you got to look for the moisture in the track. The black stuff is slick and you don't really want to be in there. You can run it, but it's really tough. So you really got to be searching around for the moisture and seeing what line you got to run here tonight to be fast.
I kind of mentioned earlier the black on the track, that's going to be super slick like you mentioned. You're going to be trying to find that cushion, right? The darker brown dirt, which, I mean, dirt's brown, right? But you see the darker brown out there, and you know that's where that cushion's developing that. Well, good luck to you, Sam. Still holding down provisional pole. Not sure how many more people we got to go out. Good luck to you, and maybe we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Thanks, Tanner.
Remember to help me with cautions tonight, too, brother. I'll put them out as I can, but if you see something and it's not out, just by all means.
You got it.
Thank you, boss. Alrighty, folks. We got about 20 seconds remaining, and then we're going to hit that grid. So buckle up, scoot up, grab that wheel. This track is going to be completely worn in after 80 laps. I'm very interested to see how these drivers read the track, like Sam said. Very, very, very smart. As I look in the chat, 10 to win says Scott is slow. That's old Steven. Throwing a little jabs to the teammate from Side Bite Motorsports, also from the Crooked Line Racing aspect of things. I want to welcome Scott Smith and Jason Korn. They both jumped on board Crooked Line Racing to be admins for the Dirt Series, but they're also going to help us out in the Asphalt Series. Basically, they're just going to be admins, right? So, huge shout out to Scott Smith, Jason Korn for coming on board, helping us out. We love it. Good luck to all these drivers as we're getting ready to hit that grid music, get it rocking and rolling. As let's get to our starting grid for the Volusia 800, Volusia 80, excuse me. As we see right there, he was provisional pole for all the qualifying. He put the time up, and it stood the test of time with a 15.855. It's going to be the 91 from Work in Progress Racing. Samuel Baumgart leading them to the start-finish line. Scott Smith's going to be firing off to his outside row number 1. Kyle Hubbard, newcomer to the Crooked Line Racing Series in the 02. Will be starting inside row number 2. Chris Carroll, Pit Lizard Performance. He might be the only Pit Lizard Performance driver out here, repping the number 6 car here tonight, and 4th place with Hunter Lagoons in 5th. Jason Korn, he won back-to-back a few weeks back. I don't think he won Fairbury, but I may be mistaken. I was having computer problems. He'll be firing on P6. Tom Fridis in P7. Steven Comerson's in 8th. Justin Lamb, Lamb Motorsports, Dirt Dogs International. He's in P9. Elton Beck got Texas on his back in the 82. He'll be rounding out the top 10 qualifiers here tonight. Brandon Mettler, the lone 5 Kings Motorsports driver, into 15. He's in P11 with Chummy Motorsports' very own Chummy Miller starting 12th. And then 13th, Mr. Tron, Chris Paul Hamus, Mike Wood, Old Buster, rolling off P14. Jacob Lamb, another Dirt Dog driver, rolling off 15th. You see my name there, but that stands incorrect because I'm in the booth, not on the track. Peyton Burkett's in 17th, and Stephen T. Johnson's going to be playing shotgun to the field. As I am excited, folks, I hope you are too. Got that music rocking and rolling. But now it's time to shut the music off and hear the roar of the engines on these Pro Dirt late models. I want to thank USAFirearms.com, of course, for coming on board to sponsor this series each and every Thursday night. As it is almost go time. The field is in the hands of Barney Fife Jr., the flagman. These drivers got to wait for that beautiful Chevy Silverado, make that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. And then they got to patiently, very patiently wait for that green flag to fly. And it looks like the pace truck's going to make one more lap around this quarter-mile dirt oval. As the cameras here, we have a lot of cameras. That's pretty cool. And you see this beautiful facility, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, it looks like, located down in Florida, I do believe. As now, it's just a waiting game, waiting for that pace truck to make a left-hand turn on the pit road. I do believe it's coming right here. These drivers better pull them belts tight one more time, grab that steering wheel. They better grip it and rip it because Barney Fife Jr. is getting ready to throw the green flag. We're getting ready to be rocking and rolling forward. The Volusia 80th green flag is out. Boy, that 02 of Kyle Hubbard did not get a great launch off the start right there. Look at Scott Smith in the 53, going to let him hang out there. Oh, so is Chris Carroll in the 6 car. As Sam, he started out front. He was looking pretty out front, but not able to hang on with that low line. I feel like the high lane is the preferred way around this track currently. At our top 3. Got single filed out. You see Hunter Lagoons and Jason Korn. They're doing a little side-by-side racing action. Looks like Chris Carroll almost wanted to try to jump underneath Sam right there. Ooh, maybe a slight contact from the peak antifreeze machine to the TSP machine. Now Pete, Chris Carroll in the 6 car, trying to look underneath of the 91 of Samuel Baumgart, not able to make a stick right there. Still a little bit further back in the pack. Brandon Mettler already up 5 spots since he hit the grid here. Currently rolling P7, so he is somebody that is moving and grooving in that black and blue Blam Racing video number 15. As the 02 of Kyle Hubbard may have had something go on with Hubbard. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened to Hubbard here, folks. Ooh, a slight little tangle. Oh, that's Chris Carroll in the 639, gets into the wall. Kyle Hubbard nowhere to go. Luckily for him, there was somewhere to go because he corrected that really quick. Oh, Scott Smith, Side-by Motorsports showing out here right now as we're already coming to lap number 7, folks. And let's see if we can get an on-board shot with our man, Scott Smith right here. We jump on the cockpit here, see what Scott's seeing. Already having to contend with lap traffic in just a few laps. Scott is just setting a blistering pace around here. Oh no, it looks like May had somebody go around in front of the leaders right then. No harm, no foul. They're still rolling. Scott's trying to make his way through the lap traffic, but that's the problem. You also got to do it cleanly. You do not afford to get any bumps and bruises, especially with 80 laps. Trying to see, make sure everybody's keeping it clean. It's hard to do broadcasting and do race control. We do try to do our best with it. You got a slew of cars right here for the P3, P4, P5 range. Throw a blanket over them. As the 27 little Lagoons currently leading this little small cluster of cars. The 39 of Jason Corn applying pressure right there to Chris Carroll, right there on his right rear or left rear bumper, excuse me. If Corn's gonna try to do a slider right here. Does get the position from the 6 car, so that shows me the low line can work. It can indeed work, as they were telling somebody was wrecking. They just had to go back and check. Corn made that low line work, put the power down to get around Chris Carroll. But that's a good looking side body motorsports paint scheme right there. Another good looking paint scheme right here is the 10 car of Culbertson. That's a beautiful car. His YouTube name is called 10 to Win. That's what he's rocking with on his car. As we got some drivers having a few connection issues out here. Paul Hamus's car is hurt pretty bad. Oh no, he stopped on the track in front of the leaders. Oh, he ended up towing, I think, by the time we put it out. Wow. I wasn't sure what he was doing there. I thought he was sitting there. I thought leaders were coming around. As caution is out on the speedway. That is okay. That gives us time to go pay the bills. Shout out to MF Race Designs. See if you like any of these cars. Maybe get yourself one for an Irish paint schemes. We'll be back momentarily. Alrighty, folks, we are back now. Still under caution. 53 car Scott Smith, 91 of Samuel Baumgartner, 27 of Hunter Lagoons, 39 Jason Corn, Chris Carroll. That's your top 5 as they currently stand. That caution really hurt Scott Smith, but Sam was starting to reel the 53 car in due to lap traffic. I look for sparks to fly on this restart right here. Scott Smith, he launches, he is gone. See the field coming at you head on. Scott Smith got a great launch off right then. Now Sam, last time, he was on the bottom with the initial start. Remember, he was the post hitter. He lost the position. That time he's on the high side, but getting pressured by Lagoons in the 27. Got the 39 of Jason Corn right there behind him as well. As it looks like everybody's playing nice with each other right now. Bettler almost could reach out and touch that inside wall, it looked like. He's going really far down there trying to make some positions up on the track. Go back up front. Scott Smith has about all he can handle here with the 91 TSP machine right there to his back bumper. Advantage to Scott Smith, though, coming out of turn number 3 or 2 that time. Like, Sam may have figured something out on these corner exits because he is driving right up there to Scott Smith's going to have a battle for the race lead here at 91 to the inside of 53. 39 sitting there just watching. Oh, slight contact between the second and third place drivers. Luckily, they were able to get through there unscathed for the most part. Just a little bit of a fender rub, left a little bit of paint on each other's car. No harm, no foul right there. That did allow Scott Smith to get a little bit more comfortable out front. As we look on back to the P5 range, I've noticed Chris Carroll. Actually, he was in P5 at that restart. He went back to 7th. Got Steven and Kyle Hubbard out his windshield here. Now remember, folks, I say it every single week. Chris Carroll is not a dirt guy necessarily. He runs mainly asphalt stuff, but he does come out here and he contends every week. He races for sure top 5. We've interviewed him a few times, finishing on the podium. So the 6th car, he is no slouch when it comes to these dirt races. And neither is Brandon Fedler, another asphalt guy right here on the back bumper of Chris Carroll. Notice now where the track is slickened up, most of the pack is electing to run above it. Everybody pretty much is. They're going right there to the dark of the track where the cushion is developing at. And my oh my, put a blanket over the top 7, all running single file. Scott Smith currently leading the train around here. As we are now already 26 laps into tonight's event. Sam getting a little bit of pressure from Hunter Lagoons. Lagoons on the low side. It's going to be tough to make that low side work. There may be contact right there. My oh my, that was close right there. Thought we was going to have a little bit of contact. The voice is going. We are losing our voice right now. Slide job from the 27. Is it going to stick? It does not. Sam's going to cross him over. Coming out of turn 2. Let's get a closer shot here. As Sam now, he's going to try to slide in front of the 27. 27 is going to have the advantage crossover right back. Now they're side by side going in 1 and 2. Another slide job, but Sam's got to be careful. Got the 39 corn right there behind him. One slip up right here, and the driver can lose at least 2 spots, maybe more. And Sam's going to really drive it off in there. Let's jump on board with Sam, see how he's battling this right here. Going door to door with Hunter Lagoons. We're on boards with Lagoons actually right now. We switch over to Sam as he performs the crossover move. Listen to him work that throttle, folks at home. He is working that throttle, working that wheel. As Lagoons, I think, has got him now. The battle went to Lagoons. And you can just see right here, look how much this field is getting stretched out here. A beautiful shot at this facility. As I mentioned it, one small mistake, you can lose 1, possibly even 2 spots with Sam. Sam's battling back though. Throwing a slider over Jason Korn. Another crossover move, especially what you got to do. You had to slow down and let the guy slide up in front of you, and then you got to put that power down. Try to cross them over. We're seeing them drivers, they're doing this lap after lap. My question as a non-dirt guy, how much longer can they do this before an accident occurs? All it takes is one slip up. Looks like advantage now to Jason Korn. Got a little bit of separation room between him and the 91. 91 though is not giving it up. He is fighting right back each and every lap trying to get there. Oh, I saw Chris Carroll in the background there throw a really hard slider. See if we can go back and see it one more time. That looked aggressive from what I saw. Just drove it off in there hoping it would stick, and luckily for him in the 6 car and the 10 and the 15 it did stick, but did not get the position over Cobblestone in the long run. But that's why I love dirt right there. And it's impressive seeing this asphalt guys throw those type of sliders because we're not really used to these cars. We don't really, it's hard to gauge how big they are, where you're exactly at compared to relative to somebody near you, right? So it's pretty cool seeing the big sliders like that. Look back into the front row guys. They came over here to run with us tonight. Tom Freitas in the 32 got Dustin Lim right there in front of him. These drivers are currently racing for P11 right here. Got Mike Wood, old Buster, in the number 5 car. Sporting an iRacing paint scheme. I do like that paint scheme. But he does have the leaders right on his tail. He's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit. Do not succumb to Scott Smith to go a lap down. Look at how much deeper Smith can drive it off in there. Watch the ground Smith gets on all these guys. Just drives it off in there and somehow, some way, able to make that 53 car stick no matter what line it's in. as we're coming to the halfway point of tonight's event. As folks, we are going to have to throw it to one more commercial and then we'll be lights out to the end of this race. I know it's green flag, but we got to do it. We got to pay the bills. We will be back momentarily. Alrighty, folks, we are back. We didn't miss much. Tom Freitas, though, went for a little bit of a spill. Let's see if we can get him up in the booth with us. If we can track Tom Freitas down, see what happened to the 32 machine as we were away for caution. Tom Freitas, you were live in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, brother.
So I'll be honest, we were away on commercial break. I was letting the vocal cords rest a little bit, and I missed what happened. I come back and see you're sitting on pit road talking through what happened with the number 32 car.
Yeah, honestly, just you know where that little opening there on the wall there is on the backstretch going into turn 4?
Like the crossover gate or whatever?
Yeah, that crossover gate. Yeah, the rear end of my car found it, and we kind of did a couple barrel rolls, and the car landed on the roof, so we got it towed back to pit road.
Well, right on. Why don't you be a broadcaster tonight and call the rest of this race with me?
I'm down with that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm really up for racing right now, to be honest. So
had a little bit of health scare this week, so everybody keep old Tom Freitas in your thoughts and prayers. He's not dead, right? He's still here with us, but let's pray that he stays here with us at least, huh?
Yeah, that would be ideal for sure.
Right. Well, Tom, I'm sharing my screen in Discord. You can see what these folks at home and viewer land are saying as, oh, we're going to put it out. It's like we got the driver starting to get a little bit of mishap right then in front of the leaders. Tom, talk us through the track tonight. 80 laps. This track, we're 50 laps in. It's starting to get worn. Talk us through how the track felt to you.
And honestly, to me, Volusia is one of those tracks that when the track gets, starts to get real slick like this, the racing gets better. You have multiple grooves when it's like this. You can run high, you can run low. It's one of the few tracks on iRacing in this sim, right, that as it gets slick, it gets better, in my opinion. So I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun racing on a track slick like this.
What about our race leader right now, Scott Smith? He is setting a blazing trail right now.
Yes, when he passed me and put me a lap down there, he had that thing on the bottom, looked really nice, really smooth. I heard him managing throttle, because when you're on that bottom in that slick stuff, you really got to manage throttle. You're driving the car with your right foot. You ain't using the wheel, right?
Right.
And he was just doing a great job doing that, and have to jump on board with him at some point after this race and hey, watch and learn a little bit,
As he was catching and kind of mitigating through the lap traffic we'll call it, I was noticing just how much deeper he was able to drive it off in the corners. And in my mind, I don't understand how that sticks, right? As asphalt drivers, especially short track drivers, we're kind of taught a little bit slower in to be a lot faster off, right? And
yep.
But here, man, it just looks like organized chaos. They are driving it off a cliff and just gaining ground doing it. I just don't understand how they're able to make it stick.
Well, and the one thing that I've noticed with these pro lates, at least, they don't have a ton of horsepower, right? They're kind of like, they're not as bad as the limited lates, but you can drive it in deep with these and just keep the RPMs up. You're going to be fast. That's going to be key for speed.
As green flag is back out in the air, Scott Smith gets a great launch off. Now the low side all night on these restarts, they've been at a disadvantage even though they've been the leader. Scott right there, able to get going a little bit, but has Hunter Lagoons right there on his back bumper. And I saw somebody, Kyle Hubbard, throwing it to the low side here, trying to make up some ground. It's hard to make that low side work. Look how black the track is getting, folks. Not a whole lot of grip down there, huh, Tom?
No, you're going to see drivers, up there running that cushion, running in where you see that the darker dirt is. But then again, you got, the O2 there running that bottom, and he's making it work. That's pretty incredible watching some of these guys just hug that wall, hug that bottom. The throttle control they have right now is impeccable. Let's be honest.
I'm noticing here, there's a little bit of fresh dirt down there, Tom.
There is, as I'm looking.
A lot of drivers haven't ventured down there, it looks like. It looks fairly clean still.
It does. If you can keep that the left side of that nose right there against that wall without hitting the wall, you're going to keep them rear tires in that fresher dirt, we can say, and you're going to be able to get some good runs off, as we're seeing here. We got 3-4 cars right now running that real inside line against the wall, and I mean they're making ground. They're gaining.
Like Sam and Steven, the 91 and the 10 car here, they saw the 02 making some ground on that bottom. And Sam mentioned it in a pre-race interview. He said, key to the night is just reading the track, see what the track's telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, you can run the cushion, right, but you can also run right there next to the wall. But man, oh man, the runs these guys are getting down low, it's impressive. I said it's like kind of impeccable and impressive how they're doing it.
Yep. And the other thing is, as the fuel burns off in these cars, they're going to be, they're going to like that bottom a little more. They're going to, we got some beating and banging here for second. Three-way battle right now.
Throw a blanket over them right now, Tom, but continue what we're saying. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. But yeah, as the fuel burns off in these cars, you're going to be able to drive it in a little deeper, and that bottom's going to feel a little more comfortable. Because the one thing with these cars, when you have a full fuel load, they'll all of a sudden they'll bite, and it'll want to just kick the car to the right and want to throw you in the wall if you're not careful on a full fuel load with these. So should be getting a little lighter, should be getting a little more racy as we see here. Some really awesome battling here for, what are we? We had a 4-car battle here for second pretty much, so.
Right, I mean, Sam, he's one slider away from gaining 3 spot space right here. It's going to be hard to do, right? Because these guys, look at them, they're all driving different lanes right now. And I know the viewers at home love this, the broadcasters love this, but I tell you who loves this the most right now is our race leader, Scott Smith. He sees those guys back there battling in his mirror, and he loves it because he knows they're not nearly as fast when they're side by side like that, allowing Scott Smith to get out to a real comfortable lead, almost up to a 2.5 seconds and growing.
Yeah, he's loving what he sees in the rearview mirror, exactly as we see kind of starting to settle down here for second. See if these guys can maybe gather themselves up and try to chase down the leader. They got, coming to 14 laps to go next time by. They got enough time if they keep themselves organized, but looks like they want to stay racing right now.
Right, everybody's fighting for that podium right here. I mean, the laps click off faster, Tom. It's going to be hard to chase down Scott Smith. It's going to take a mistake out of the 53 or a caution, right?
Or lap traffic.
Or lap traffic.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can jump on board with Scott Smith real quick to see if anything's out his windshield. Fairly clean. He does have a car lurking up there, but look at that track. They basically have nowhere to run that's not slick now, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're running right up there against the wall, that's where the grip is. But he's keeping that right rear right in the darker dirt there, and that's going to give you the optimal drive off the corner.
But I do notice he's kind of like on entry. He don't care. He's just going right through the slick and just playing with the throttle, just modulating that throttle a little bit, just working it.
And that's all you can do. You're driving these cars with the throttle more than the wheel, right? That's how these cars are. So the drivers who master that are going to be fast, as we see here tonight.
Scott Smith is putting on a clinic out front. we go back to the battle for P2, it definitely has sorted itself out. As I'm not sure what happened. They just kind of went from throwing a blanket over to now there's a country mile in between them.
Yeah. Looks like that. Is that Sam there still running the bottom? Yeah, you got Sam there still trying to run that bottom, trying to make something work. I mean, I don't blame him. You got to try something right this late in the game.
Steven Culberson, he's a heavy hitter on dirt. He's been fast week in and week out.
Yep.
I don't want to say he's having a down night because he's running top 5, but he's somebody that's usually up there mixing it up with the Scott Smith and all them guys, Jason Bourne. And I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Volusia's not his track of choice.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's hard to tell, right? It's hard to get a read, for sure. But he's been mired in about the 5th, 6th place spot all night long. He's done some battling with guys. But right here, right now, Tom, he's basically on an island, 7 laps to go.
Yeah, right now, I think he's just kind of holding on. And, I think he wants this race to be over kind of. Is that down there seeking on the bottom, and Volusia's just one of those tracks on the service that is just the way the dirt models. It's just modeled a little bit different than all the other dirt tracks. It just changes are a little different, and it's either drivers are going to love it or you're going to hate it. There's going to be no in between with this track.
Right, I 100% agree. As I noticed, Scott Smith, he was ripping the high side looking like Kyle Larson a while ago. Actually, looks like the right rear may have kissed the wall ever so slightly.
Yep. And that's the one thing with these cars. You can run that, that right rear quarter. If you run it up there against the wall a little bit, it's not going to hurt you.
It's sheet metal, right? Just let it create a little sparks, right? Let her eat, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Coming to 4 laps to go, the Volusia 80. They missed the Scott Smith 80 because he has been the man front and center all night long. Sam did qualify on pole. Scott Smith qualified P2, but from the drop of the green flag, it's been the 53 all night long, and it's been well deserved. As I don't know if there's another driver actually ripping the high side like we're seeing Scott do right now.
Not like Scott. Scott's the one that's really got looked like that Mark Miller there in front of him was trying to run that higher line, but
Motorsports out here, 06 machine.
He's just driving in a little too deep. As you see, he gets it overly sideways getting into the corner. That's going to slow you way down.
Start scrubbing speed off. His white flag is out in the air. Don't matter what they do now. Next flag will end tonight's event. It's all the 53. It's been the 53. Scott Smith coming for another race win in the Crooked Line Racing Dirt Series. Man, oh man, very impressive. Jason Korn going to bring it home, P2. Hunter Lagoons, P3. Samuel Baumgartner's in 4th with Steven Culberson rolling out in the top 5 to round out the field, around top 5 field. It's a very impressive race up there. That was
some really awesome racing tonight, I got to say. I enjoy racing it and I enjoyed watching it.
Right, I mean, wasn't much of a battle for the lead, right? Scott Smith was just gone. He set sail. Yep. But the battles we saw for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th on back, and we saw Volusia. It produced some pretty good racing.
And it usually does. It's one of those tracks that always usually produces good racing, no matter what series you're in, what car. It's one of those tracks that's known for really good racing.
Right. As I've also noted, I think it's a complete Side Bite Motorsports top 3 on the podium here. If I'm not mistaken.
I think you are correct on that.
They were all in the same channel, but let's see if we can. I'll let you take over P3. You can talk to Hunter Lagoons. He is all yours, buddy.
All right. Hunter, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
So bringing it home P3 tonight.
P3?
Awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah, P3,
I don't know.
Did you?
I got P2.
Did you?
Our scoring time is telling me P3.
P3, yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Did we have a close battle for P2?
It was a close battle there for those two.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, it says I beat him by 0.7.
Well, hold on. Because iRacing's scoring time is telling me.
Yeah, it's showing me P3.
Let me check iRacing too.
Nope. It has him in P2. Jason Korn got P3 actually.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good race then.
Yeah.
Folks, we're gonna do something really quick. Hold on, 'cause I want to see. I missed that. We missed the close finish for second. We were watching Corn
Yep.
just dominate the field. Or not Corn. Scott Smith. Let's go race lap 80. We gotta see. I noticed y'all too. Let's pull up Corn up here too.
Yeah. Where is he? I'll grab him. I got him. There we go.
As Jason Corn, you're live at TSP booth for the first time ever. SDK's telling us you finished second, and Lagoons finished third, but iRacing's telling us something else. So we got to pull it up on the stream here. Corn, if you could join in on the stream, I want you to talk us through this last lap, and then we're gonna do the same for Lagoons as we try to sort out who got P2 here. As I'm thinking it was 27.
Well, we could arm wrestle for it.
Right?
There we go. There we go.
As we're going to see here, I've never seen this. I've never seen SDK and iRacing be something different.
Yeah. You know, fun fact while Tanner's working on that.
As he for sure got him.
Yep. Just barely.
Look at that at the line. I don't know, man.
We're probably just a touch behind. Oh, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he got me.
I'm sharing my
Not by
screen
much.
in Discord too, by the way. Y'all can see this is what the folks at home are seeing as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Right there. I mean,
yeah.
There it is.
look at that. What a battle here on True Sim Productions out of the Side by Motorsports, guys. Well, Hunter, you stick around here. Tom, take over with Jason. What a freaking finish.
So Jason, you know, fortunately got third, not second. But, you know, tell us about the race. It looked like a lot of good race tonight. You know, Scott Smith there just kind of put on a clinic. Did you have anything for him? What was going through your thoughts there?
No, I think him and Hunter were definitely cream of the crop tonight. I might have caught him a little bit there at the end as we saw the close finish, but Scott pretty much walked away from us. He had 0 spoiler damage, and I think that helped him. At least that's what I'm going to tell him.
Okay. I mean, you know, Volusia is a pretty big track, right, when it comes to dirt, and you know, you gotta, you know, most people think, you know, when it comes to dirt, if a car's a little beat up, it might not affect it. But with Volusia being bigger, speeds are higher, a clean car, I mean, it's going to handle better, right? You know, you got to keep that spoiler clean, too.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, especially in the pro late models. So aero is a big deal. And you're right, it can make you slightly loose. And as the track slicks, you know, that's not a good thing to be a little more loose than you normally would be.
Yeah. Now, tell us about, you know, the track changing tonight. Kind of walk us through. Were you doing anything different as the track was starting to rubber up there, or just kind of doing the same thing?
Yeah, at Volusia, you know, you can run above the slick for a majority of the race, but at some point that slider line comes in. I think that's how Scott kind of pulled away from us initially. We kind of picked up on it, and then eventually that middle to bottom came in, and it was really racy. It was a fun track, especially those last 20 laps.
Yeah, like we noticed, you know, with about 20 laps to go, you know, you could put a blanket over, you know, second, third, fourth, and fifth. I mean, you guys are having an awesome battle there. You know, looked like a lot of fun, that battling you had going on for sure. But, you know, awesome job tonight, you know, bringing home third. And one little fun fact I want to point out, though, you and Hunter have the same average lap time for the entire race.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
Identical average lap time. So, I mean, that just shows you how close you two were in speed tonight. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And Hunter's a lot of fun to race with. He's aggressive, but he's clean at the same time. So it was a blast.
Yeah, awesome.
Corn,
Glad to hear that.
I'm going to bump in real quick, Corn, and say, what a freaking finish. Thank y'all for that. That was pretty impressive. Thank you for coming on board, help us out here through the line racing. Who do we got to thank for the 39 tonight? I know I'm thinking it's all Side by Motorsports on the podium.
Yeah, well, Hunter's not side by, but we become friends with him through this league, so it was a lot of fun. But yeah, obviously my teammates Scott, Steven, who's raced this, and our other teammate Josh. We just every week we help each other out. We have a good time racing together. We're sponsored by CFN Setup Shop, Majula C, and YouTube 10 to Win. That's Steven's channel. He'll actually put some iRacing as well as his real life racing, which he'll be doing this summer. And Seaber Racing Media.
Right on, right on. Well, Jason, another podium finish. You're having a stellar season. We'll get the points in tonight, and we'll figure out where it shakes out. But congratulations on the running out the podium and having one of the closest finishes on Crooked Line Racing, buddy.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks a lot, and thank you guys for hosting the stream.
Absolutely, buddy. Alrighty, folks, and now it's time to talk to old Hunter. Thought he was P3. I've never seen SDK and iRacing be different, but we saw that tonight. Hunter, man, oh man, brought home P2 in a photo finish, nonetheless. Talk us through your night, buddy.
Yeah, it was a pretty eventful night, to say the least. This is my second start in this league. So, I really think the track changed a lot, which kind of worked in my favor there. I prefer a slicker track, and that helped out a ton.
Right, I mean, I think you were pretty good on tacky track as well, brother, but you did qualify. I think P5 is where you gridded, so you did have a decent qualifying effort. You stayed up in the mix all night. If we had one of those late race shenanigan cautions, it can happen. You think you had something for Scott there at the end?
Maybe. I think I would have had to get a very good restart, but
right,
maybe.
Well, Hunter, we appreciate you coming out, brother. Super clean. You will make the moves, right? You'll throw the sliders, but we watched you all night, and y'all were putting on textbook dirt racing sliders, leaning on each other ever so slightly. So thank you for that, Hunter. Who we got to thank for the number 27 here tonight, Bubba?
Oh, we definitely have to thank Mid-South Mafia, CFM Motorsports, Majulia Say Speed Shop, and Nick Lambert Racing Association.
Right on, right on. Thank you, buddy. And we'll get you back down to your race team. Let's celebrate your P2 finish there, boss.
Thank you.
Absolutely, buddy. Man, oh man, Tom, that's a little bit of a doozy right there. Well, tell me, you can pull it up on iRacing. What was the difference between second and third right then, time difference wise?
The second and third was we got.
Hold on, 8. Folks. We're doing math here for Tom.
I know us and math. I mean, look, we're racers. We don't math, right?
Put us in there.
07.
Hey, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
What a freaking... So, Scott, iRacing Live Timing's telling me Hunter got third, but iRacing saying Hunter got second, right? So we had a little hiccup up here, but one thing's for certain. It wasn't close enough to have a hiccup for first place, man. Oh, man. You checked out on the field. Now, they were battling a little bit, right? They were throwing sliders, and I mentioned it. I said, we're loving this action right now because it looks cool, racing hard, but Scott Smith's really loving the action because it's allowing him to kind of skate away. You were running different lines all night. Talk us through the race and what you were searching for on the track there.
Yeah, well, early on, especially here at Volusia, the bottom line is pretty stout, and it'll eventually kind of migrate up to a little bit of a slider, and then it'll migrate up all the way around the rim, all the way around, and then it'll start to migrate back down, and a lot of times it'll actually run right through the middle as long as you can keep the car straight going through the corners and ease back into the throttle coming out, get back into the tack, and you just keep picking away, just keep running consistent laps, and you'll pull away,
It almost there at the end, Scott, when the track was completely worn out, it looked like you were running a solo slider line. Is that kind of what you were kind of doing?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Yep, yeah. I'd run it in kind of high, going into the corner, and just keep it as straight as possible, and kind of let it just kind of drift out to the tack, and then just pick up the tack and hammer down the straightaways. Just keep doing that on both ends of the track, and it worked.
Now I know we've talked to you. I'm gonna say dang near every race, right? But I got to looking on SimRacer app or SimRacer Hub. Is this your first win of the season?
This is my first win of the season. Been second, third, fourth.
Jeez, I didn't know that. I got to look and I was like, man, something's not right here. I thought you won before. But yeah, I mean, I see that you obviously have not. So first race win, Crooked Line Racing. Got it at Volusia. let me see where we head next week. Before we do that, who we got to thank tonight for the number 53 besides Sidebite?
Thank you guys for putting this on. True Sim Productions, Crooked Line Racing. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a blast. And obviously Sidebite and my guys. That's about it, really.
Well, and we broke the news earlier today that we got some new guys coming in here. I'm an asphalt guy, folks, so I wanted to start a dirt league for the dirt guys, and it's been great, right? But I know it can be better if you're put in the right hands. And two people stepped up to the plate: Jason Korn, Scott Smith. They're going to be taking over dirt for us, so I'm super
we're looking
excited for
forward
that.
to it.
Scott, we head to Kokomo next week. Thoughts about that track?
That is not one of my favorite tracks.
I think that's what it says on the schedule. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, Kokomo,
right.
Yeah.
That's Jason's going to be the guy to talk to about that. He's much better at Kokomo than I am.
Right.
It's a tough track. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to Kokomo, but it is what it is. Be consistent. You know, it's a big picture.
Right. That's points battling right there for the championship. Well, Scott, congratulations picking up your first win out here tonight. I swear you've been fast all season. I thought you won 3 or 4 of them, it felt like. But you got your first one here tonight. Congratulations, buddy. We'll get you back down to your race team. And thank you and Jason.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Nice job, Scott.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks. It is now about that time. We're going to close up shop here tonight. I want to thank USAFirearms.com, of course, for coming on board, sponsoring the Thursday Night Dirt Series. Getting a little dirty on Thursday. Love it. Scott Smith, Hunter Lagoon, Jason Korn at your top 3. Samuel Baumgartner, he was the man of sliders tonight, and then he started to work himself down to the inside lane. Stephen Culberson on P5. Kyle Hubbard, Chris Carroll, Brandon Mettler, Tommy Miller, and Dustin Lamb that ran at your top 10. And then you can see from 11th on down where your favorite drivers finish. And, of course, Tanner Marr, number in the 16th spot. Just no Tom Fried. If I was out there, I'd be knocking off Scott Smith on that perch of number 1.
Maybe. I believe it. I believe it.
I don't, but thank you for the optimism. In all seriousness, folks, we will be back here Monday night. Crooked Line Racing Super Late Model Series. I'm not 100% sure on the track, but I know we will be back Monday night with Samuel Baumgartner calling the action. We are going to Iowa Monday night, so that's going to be a fun one. Super Late Models Iowa, a little bit bigger track. Been having huge fields too, Tom. I think we started 27 cars last week, so almost starting too many cars, if we're being honest. But
I mean, that's. But if the racing's still good, I mean, you got to go for it, right? I mean,
well, Tom, give us your final thoughts here for Volusia, and then we're going to close up shop for the night.
I got to say, the racing tonight was honestly really awesome. I enjoyed it. A lot of fun tonight. A lot of awesome drivers tonight. I enjoyed it. And again, like always, you got to thank True Sim Productions, Crooked Line Racing, Tanner Marr, and all the admins for everything they do behind the scenes. Couldn't do it without them. And look forward to an awesome season. I can't wait.
I can't get out of here without saying thank you to Front Row Esports too. They kind of came over here and invaded. This dirt series has not had a lot of the guys coming out, right? I don't know why. I can't tell you why. That's why I'm giving the reins over to somebody else that they know what they're doing. And we will make this Thursday night series must see, because it's already been must see. We had a photo finish for P2 tonight. Well, folks, thank y'all for tuning in. True Sim Productions will be back on Monday night. Hit that subscribe button. You won't miss a single upload. Hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out a ton. Go to Savage Edge Apparel. Buy you a t-shirt. Take care of us. But for myself, Tanner Marr, joined by Tom Friedis mid-race. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see ya. I did that one a little longer, huh? Yeah, rocking it.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks. Have a good night. All right, outro's playing. Bro, thank you for coming over, because I was struggling. I would love that. But what about your truck series you got starting out? We'll be done by then too. Or this league will be done this season. Right.